Pittsburgh Penguin fans, have no fear because Marc-Andre Fleury is going to steer you clear. Now, I know most fans don't exactly want to give him a ringing endorsement at this point. And I understand that the Flyers are 17-0 in converting playoff series when they have a 2-0 lead. That's a very staggering statistic. Hard to overstate that fact. But I think if there's any team that can beat the Flyers, now only having, of course, 2 home games, right, left, I think it could be the Pittsburgh Penguins. I really do. Sid Crosby is still the best player on the planet. It was Sid Crosby that scored 15 seconds into Game 2. The nice give and go, the ability for him to be cerebral at any given point in a game. Marc-Andre Fleury has been horrible. He's been horrible. But the guy has also won a Stanley Cup. He also made that incredible toe save against Jeff Carter against the Flyers that propelled him into the second round in 2008-2009, right? He also made that incredible breakaway save that cemented the victory for the Penguins against the Capitals in Game 7 in the second round. That allowed him to win a Stanley Cup and his teammates to win a Stanley Cup in 2008-2009. We also know the guy won the Team MVP award last year. We also know that he won a gold medal in Vancouver in 2010. So this guy is far from being trash. He's far from being lousy. He's a solid goaltender. His kryptonite happens to be the Philadelphia Flyers. He should have never given up that goal to Jagr. That was the back-breaking goal that ultimately sucked the gravity out of the arena and allowed the Flyers to win Game 2 and take a commanding 2-0 lead in the series. But I think that Fleury is a guy that is going to show up when his best is needed. And believe me, his best is needed. They're in a must-win situation for Game 3. They're going to have to win that game, but I give them a chance to do so. We all, I should say most people, wrote the Pittsburgh Penguins off against the Detroit Red Wings. The Detroit Red Wings were the heavy favorite. Mike Babcock was the more experienced coach. They had just won a previous Stanley Cup the year before against the Penguins, and nobody in their right mind, except for maybe the heavily enthusiast in Scott Farrell, picked the Pittsburgh Penguins to go into that house in Joe Louis Arena and be able to win a Game 7 on the road. Nobody thought that was possible, but you know what? They did it. They might have had a shot to win the Stanley Cup last year, but we know Crosby had the concussion problems and wasn't able to play as a result. So I think this is a very heavily contested series. You have guys like Tyler Kennedy, Evgeny Malkin, Sidney Crosby that have been there before. Fleury has made the big saves before. He's come up big. Again, he averaged 92% save rate this season. He gave up 76% of the shots on him last night in net. That's not going to happen again. He's due for a couple big games. And when you get away from the home arena and the comfort of, people banging on your door for all kinds of playoff tickets, you might be able to even focus and concentrate more on the road. And that's what's going to happen with this veteran. He's only 27 years old, but when it's all said and done, he's one of the best goalies in the league. He's been heavily consistent. He's been very consistent, particularly on the road in the playoffs, and that's why it is foolish to write these guys off right now. Give them another shot. I understand 17-0, the Flyers, made it easy last night, scoring with 2.5 seconds left in the second period. That's a back-breaking goal itself. The Penguins cannot give up goals like that. Fleury in particular has to be a lot more effective at these shorthanded goals. And the Penguins have to convert more on the power play. But I think you have a team that is heavily experienced. They have veteran presence. They have a great coach that's been there, done that. Do not write off these Pittsburgh Penguins. Scott Farrell, if you were watching, if there's any chance you were watching this video, I'm telling you right now, do not give up on your boys. I like your chances for Game 3. I like the fact that Tyler Kennedy is maybe playing some of the best puck he has all season. Crosby looks to be in great form. He's got a great ability to be able to play with that puck and be able to spread out and be able to play within the game. He's looked great in his puck handling ability. He shows no signs of slowing down. He doesn't seem like he's a step behind what he used to be or what we're used to seeing of the pinnacle of that being the greatest player on the planet. I'm excited for the Pittsburgh Penguins. We got a great, exciting Game 3 tomorrow. I can't wait. I have predictions. I already gave them to you. I think ultimately this is going to go 6 or 7 and is going to be the Pittsburgh Penguins that come out on top. Sidney Crosby, don't let me down. You're Canada's hero, but you are my new hockey hero too. Folks, I appreciate you listening. Next time on Sports for Shep, I'm going to break down the Miami Heat, who are going to travel to MSG tomorrow at 1 o'clock and take on the New York Knicks. This is a must-win game for the New York Knicks if they're going to have confidence going forward, and it's also a must-win game for the Miami Heat, whose confidence seems to have flown right out the window. Folks, thank you for listening. Thank you for your insight. Have a great Saturday. Be well, and thank you again, guys. Have a great night.